Good morning. So this week I'm wanting to do something new and implement like a daily, weekly cleaning routine. So I've always been really resistant to having like specific tasks assigned to like specific days, but I'm just kind of feeling like in this season of my life, I think that might be a good thing. And I've just found that since having a baby, I just like thrive on rhythms and like really loose routines, nothing super insane. But I was never really like a routine person before, and now I'm finding that I am. So I made up a schedule that I think is going to work well for our family. I'm more than happy to share it. I'll probably do a video on it like once I kind of have it all sorted out and figured out like what I like. But it definitely revolves around our weeks because like Tuesdays and Thursdays are busy days for us. So I don't want to have like heavy house tasks to do on those days. Tuesday nights I host a Bible study in my home, so I want my home to be like nice and clean that day. So that's probably going to be bathroom day. So if you are considering like a weekly cleaning routine, definitely think about your lifestyle and think about which days you're going to have more or less time to do those tasks. So today is Monday. Today is a meal prep and kitchen deep clean. So I'm not a big meal prepper or meal planner, but I am finding that I need to do a little bit more planning because otherwise at 6 p.m. I still haven't started dinner, then I get frustrated and grumpy. So we're gonna try to do something about that. Mondays will also be a day for grocery shopping. I don't think I'm gonna go grocery shopping today because I think we're pretty stocked, but I'm going to like take a look through my fridge. I know that we're super stocked up on meat because we just got a big bulk order yesterday. I'm going to just put all my clean dishes away. We have our daily tasks like pretty nailed down at this point. We've been really consistent about those since Cohen was born. I just find that I cannot go to bed with a messy house with a baby because then I wake up the next morning and I just feel like I'm drowning in a mess. But we don't have a dishwasher, so that means that I usually do the dishes, or my husband does the dishes in the evening and then one of us puts them away in the morning. My counter is full of clean dishes which need to be put away. So I'm gonna do that, and then once he goes down for his morning nap, we're gonna do some meal planning or prepping. I'm not 100% decided yet what I'm gonna do. Okay, so this is what we're starting with. These are all clean dishes. This is what drives me crazy about not having a dishwasher. I don't actually mind washing the dishes. It's the fact that then they sit out because I refuse to dry dishes. So I'm gonna put all of these away. There's a bunch of stuff on my island just from like breakfast and you know. So gonna deal with that first. So Cohen is asleep. Yesterday he took a 3-hour nap, so if that happened again I'd be thrilled. It could also be like 45 minutes. So going to get started, I just fed my sourdough starter and it is in the oven just with the light on, just so it rises faster so I can make a loaf of bread. I have this baby food book, and it's kind of like a hybrid between baby-led weaning and purees. And I know these days everyone is like super pro baby-led weaning, like no purees, blah blah blah, which is fine if that's what you want to do. I'm finding that Cohen is not super interested at all. He'll be 7 months next week, and he's just like not interested in like chunks, like big chunks of food. He's interested. He's definitely interested, like he picks them up and mushes them, but literally doesn't like eat anything. So I know that's fine. I know it's fine for them to just play, but I'm also going to do like a couple purees and just try that, see if he's more interested in actually like swallowing those, because he definitely has not even like swallowed anything yet, I don't think. But if you are a mama with babies around the same age or younger or older, whatever, if you have babies that are eating, I love this book. Like I said, it's a hybrid between baby-led weaning and purees with a really strong focus on gut health and introducing foods kind of slower. I know these days everyone is super gung-ho to like introduce all the things, and again, that's fine. that doesn't really sit well with me. I would rather introduce things a little bit slower, and their tummies, their guts are still developing, and I had so many gut issues my whole life that I had to fix, and if this is one little thing that I can do to help his little body get used to food, then I will do that. And then I am also going to make a batch of homemade gelatin gummies. So this is something I love to have on hand. I use like grass-fed, really high quality gelatin. So these are actually a super healthy little treat. And yeah, I love them, and I make them pretty much once a week. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Super smooth. Looks really good. So I'm gonna put this in some containers that I can freeze it in. Okay, I'm going to bring these strawberries out to the chickens. They're super stoked. My camera is not focusing. So I had these white chickens first, and they would never eat table scraps ever. I could give them pretty much anything, like even something delicious like berries, and they wouldn't touch them. But the colorful ones, they love everything. And I think now the white ones will actually eat stuff because they've realized that it's not like an enemy. I don't know if I can film while I'm doing this without having a chicken escape. Okay, I'm just gonna dump them in. Watch out, watch out. They don't even care. They're like, perfect, it's raining strawberries. Okay, so I have these marshmallows that I made yesterday. They are pretty much the same thing as the gummies, but then you like whip them, like blend them in the KitchenAid until they're fluffy. But I'm gonna cut these now, and then I put them in a big mason jar and store those in the fridge. So I love these gummies. Again, they're just grass-fed gelatin and a little bit of organic cane sugar and water. And I will put these in like my homemade hot chocolate as like a really yummy, nutritious snack. Okay, I'm gonna get myself a better like silicone mold. I don't love this as plastic, but this is what I have right now for baby food. And it's also way too big. He's not eating servings like anywhere near this, so I'm just not gonna fill it up super high. Okay, so I intentionally did not make a lot because like I said, he's pretty much not eating very much right now. So honestly, like even one of these will be enough for a couple days. I'm going to give him a little bit right now, just the leftover. And then these ones I will freeze in this. And then once they're frozen, I'll transfer them to a different container. Okay, this is the moment of truth. We're going to try a little bit of this. Here, you have this spoon. What is that? You like it? You like it? Okay, so since he's showing interest in the other puree, I'm gonna do a banana puree. Obviously these don't need to be cooked, so I'm just gonna basically like blend them like a smoothie, but I'm going to use breast milk as the liquid to do that. Okay, so I was kind of doing like 5 things at the same time, so now we have a big mess. I usually fill up the sink and just like put dishes in it as I go, and kind of put things away because I wasn't really doing that. And then I'm going to do a few more things. I'm going to make a loaf of bread. I just caught my sourdough. It is ready to use. I'm glad that I caught that before it overflowed. And then I also have this whole chicken out. This is what's going to be for dinner, so I'm just letting it thaw. It was frozen. It was in the fridge overnight, but it's probably still pretty frozen. And over here, you are a monkey. Okay, so if you've never made sourdough, you don't actually knead it like you do with other dough. You do a series of stretch and fold. So this is my second stretch and fold. My hands are a little bit damp. It's still going to be pretty sticky, but basically you just pull, you stretch, and then you fold it back in, and then you do that. You just kind of turn the bowl and do that 4 or 5 times. And after this, I'll cover it and let it sit about 20 or 30 minutes, and then I'll do this again, and at that point the dough is going to be much less sticky. Okay, so I'm just going to prep some food for dinner tonight. So we're doing that whole roasted chicken, and then I'm just doing like potatoes and like roasted veggies. I'm so torn on like how I want to approach meal prepping. I know that something needs to change because we've just been really frustrated with like dinners lately, and what we're doing is not working. I really struggle with sticking to a meal plan because that day comes and I'm like, well, I don't want to eat tacos, even though that's what I had scheduled or whatever. So still haven't fully decided what to do. If you have like suggestions on how meal planning works for you guys in your house, I would love to hear. I do have a bunch of rice prepped in the fridge that I did yesterday, and I find that helpful to just kind of throw something together. We will have this chicken, which will last us a couple days. That'll give us probably lunches for a few days, or I can do something with that for dinner one day, like make quesadillas or something with the chicken. Tomorrow we are going to have tacos, and I'm going to pull out the ground beef for that. Just really undecided on how to make dinners just like more simple in our family, so that's something we're going to work on. What I do find super helpful, and I have been trying to do this, is just prepping dinner earlier during the day. So like I'm doing right now, it's just early afternoon. I actually have no idea what time it is, and I'm prepping dinner, and I'm just going to have it sitting out and ready to throw together at dinner time. And we really don't love leftovers. I have found that I appreciate them more now with a baby, but we're not into like making a big pot of chili or spaghetti or whatever and then eating that for a few days. That just like isn't our style. I'm really just trying to find like a middle ground between planning a little bit, sticking to that, and making meals, or at least dinner, just less stressful. It's just choosing something to eat that's the hardest part. Okay, so we are back to the kitchen being a mess, which is fine. There's lots going on. So this is dinner. It's only 2:40, so dinner is ready and prepped. That's super early for me to have that done. These are sourdough crackers that just came out of the oven, so those will cool down and then I'll put them in a container. I have dishes again. I'm gonna put all these dishes away. And over here I have my bread rising. I added jalapeno and cheddar to this, so that is delicious. Okay, these are frozen and I just checked and they all pop right out, so they turned out great. I'll just thaw these like a day before I want them or whatever, and he can have them. And now I'm gonna put the banana mixture in here. And now it's time to tackle this mess because it's meal plan and kitchen deep clean day. So need to deal with all this. I'm gonna consider this the kitchen as well. That's the plant that Cohen knocked over that needs to find a new home. So we're gonna tackle all of this, do a deep clean, which means just like clean under everything, take the compost out, all of the things. So he will actually play quite nicely over here by himself. He's just starting to like crawl, squirm across the room. Yesterday he like discovered all these toys. This is where all his toys are stored, in books, and he has discovered that he can pull them down. So that's pretty much entertaining him, which I'm here for. Taking my compost out. So we have a green bin. We also have a real compost pile, but in the winter this just ends up like covered in snow, so I don't tend to do my own compost, but the snow is almost gone, so we can start composting again. And here is the final kitchen. Feels really good. It's nice and clean. I got lots done. Lots of stuff prepped for the week. And dinner is in the oven. Well, half of dinner is in the oven. This will go in a little bit. I just have my compost bin is just drying because I don't like to use it when it's still wet, because then everything gets like mushy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I feel like we worked so hard today and I didn't sit down all day. I don't anticipate my kitchen cleaning taking me that long every time. Honestly, things like that take twice as long when you're filming them for YouTube, and also when you have a squirmy baby. If you would like to see more cleaning routine, sort of videos and like day in the life of a homemaker, let me know and I can do that. Say bye-bye. Say thanks for watching.